Hi folks, welcome to the BowDagger workshop. We're going to go over some quick installation instructions of the BowDagger system. You're going to receive your BowDagger on packaging much like this. I've already disassembled from the package just to speed the process up. First step, remove the bow riser hook from the BowDagger. And you can simply follow the instructions on the back of the packaging at this point. First, we're going to install the 5/16 bolt into the riser on the top of the system. Your bolt will have and knob system will have a rubber washer on it. Want to remove that, put the rubber washer onto the 5/16 bolt, and then screw the bolt into the riser hole at the top of your bow. Once you get this bolt into the upper riser bolt hole bracket, you want to adjust your BowDagger all the way out in the slotted system to give you some room to work with your BowDagger and adjust. Just thumb tighten it to where it's still somewhat loose and you can work with the adjustment. Laying your bow flat on the opposite side of the BowDagger that you're going to install it on is the easiest way to work with your bow. Next, you're going to take your bushing from your bow hook, insert your bushing between the BowDagger and the riser at the lowest point of your riser that it'll allow you to mount that. Every bow is going to be different. There's going to be a few variables, but it is also a 2-inch space. You have room to move it around to adjust, adapt to your bow. So what we're going to do is line that up, bottom of the riser. You now take your hook, put it through the center hole of the bushing. And you want to hook your riser to the inside if that allows you to do so. On my bow, I can hook it to the inside of the riser. You now put your rubber washer back on your bolt hook system. Your vibration reducing knob goes back on. Just snug it down again, leave it somewhat loose for adjustment. As you can see, the BowDagger is now in place. You want to keep the BowDagger in line with your riser, slightly kicked out at the bottom, never at an angle toward your limb. Always kicked out just a little bit. You want at least a 1/4 inch clearance between your BowDagger and your limb. You can acquire that by adjusting this bracket in and out. As you can see, it will kick the BowDagger one way or the other as you adjust that in or out. So, in theory, keep it as vertical as possible, in line, parallel with your riser, maybe kicked out just a little bit at the bottom. Always keeping the BowDagger system weight forward of your handle or in parallel alignment with your handle. Typically do not want the BowDagger system behind your handle. There's plenty of adjustment room in this upper slot to give you that weight forward adjustment. I like to keep it almost right in line with my handle. That being said, I'll tighten everything down. Starting with the top 5/16 bolt and knob. Going to snug this up just a little bit. The bottom step peg is set at a 4-inch nominal height from the tip of the BowDagger. This ensures you plenty of room for ground support when inserting that into the ground. Now the next step, I use a speed square. Simply set your speed square in line with your bowstring, as so, and you can see that the step peg is below the bottom of the speed square. I typically like to set that a 1/2 inch to 1 inch below the bottom of the cam. That way when you step on the peg, the peg will hit the ground surface, and always stop your cam at least a ½ inch or an inch below the ground, always protecting your cam. Once you've set that with your bottom dagger portion, which slides up and down, as you can see, just up and down for different length bows, once you have that nominal height set, you can then tighten everything back up. Got at least an inch clearance there. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I like to at least give it that ½ inch to 1 inch ground clearance. Once you've got that accomplished, securely tighten all the knobs. Always checking to make sure you have at least a ¼ inch clearance between the dagger and the bow limb. After that is done, take a quick overview of everything. Make sure that your bow dagger is straight, in line with your bowstring, in line with your riser. You're ready to head to the woods or the archery range. Enjoy the BowDagger system.